There will never be a comfortable or convenient time to do something that is outside of your comfort zone. By definition, something outside of your comfort zone will always be inconvenient, uncomfortable, and full of resistance to act. The smarter you are, the smarter your excuses sounds. The easier it is to convince yourself into complacency. If you're so smart, why do you get no bitches? Your thoughts, beliefs, and actions are responsible for where you're currently at. Your life is a mirror of what's inside of you. Humans only respect one language: pain. You're never running towards heaven, you're only ever running away from hell. The poor man seeks wealth not because he wants fancy cars and nice houses, but because he can no longer stand living in squalor. When you're pissed off, unhappy, and sick of not getting what you want is actually when you're on the precipice of getting everything you've ever wanted. Rock bottom is a gift. The bottom is when you stop digging and start climbing. The better your life is, the harder it is to justify making a big change. The average client I work with is not a broken, desperate virgin whose life is terrible. They earn an average income of 6 or 7 figures, live near a big city, and generally have their life together. This is precisely the problem. It's easier to rationalize and make excuses about why you're not getting the women you want when you're successful and live in a nice apartment. It's only when the reality sets in that money in the bank and six-pack abs don't change the fact that you still can't get that 10 out of 10 on a date. And that's when guys come to me seeking to make a big change. The average guy lives in a bubble-wrapped reality, trying to maintain their status quo, too afraid to shake things up and take risks. They see a girl they want to approach, yet they hesitate and talk themselves out of it. They wait for the girl to signal and show interest before making a move so they don't have to face the risk of rejection and bruised ego. Most people overestimate the downside and heavily underestimate the upside. In reality, the biggest risk you can take is never taking a risk at all. IQ and planning are less important than simply just doing things. The dumb guy who has an idea for a business and just gets started loses money in the beginning, but he beats out the smart guy who overanalyzes for 3 years before even starting. The same applies to dating. The dumb guy who does 100 approaches has better dating outcomes than the rich, attractive guy who never puts himself out there. Men believe that thinking is their friend, but you can't solve an overthinking problem with more thinking. At some point, you have to stop thinking and waiting for the right opportunity and just act. No plan survives first contact with reality. Whether you have the perfect plan or no plan, both will require you to adjust and figure it out as you go. Most people think uncertainty is scary, but it's actually liberating to know that no matter what you do, you will never get it perfect anyways. The ultimate confidence comes from the ability to trust yourself. To say, I don't know what will happen in the future, but I trust myself to figure it out and win in the end. That's real confidence. That's real aura. There is a cost to everything in life. Inaction is an action in and of itself. It's choosing to do more of the same. Indecision is a decision. Your lack of decisiveness will cause you to miss opportunities. If you don't approach the girl, you won't get that opportunity with her again. Your inaction may have just cost you your future wife. Your life won't change in 2025 unless you realize that nobody is coming to save you. Everyone has goals. Everyone wants to be rich. Everyone wants to date the woman of their dreams. Everyone wants to be somebody. Yet everyone around you is in a constant state of failure. You won't rise to the level of your ambitions. You will fall to the level of your standards. If you're willing to settle for less, you will get less. You will fall as far as your standards let you, regardless of what your goals are. Plan Bs and backup plans are active investments in failure. You will default to your backup at the first sign of resistance. When you have no plan B, failure is no longer an option. Corner a dog in a dead street and it will turn and bite. Men today have the lowest standards in history because even if you're a mediocre disgrace, at least you can scroll through endless entertainment and content to distract yourself from your mediocrity. Disgust is a powerful emotion. Being disgusted with your current situation is the catalyst for getting you out of it. Sometimes you have to take the training wheels off, put it all on the line, remove all your safety nets, and go all in on yourself. Because when you're 110% serious and have no other options, that is when you'll get exactly what you want. So look yourself in the mirror, look around you. Is the life you currently have acceptable to you? Because if it isn't, if you're pissed off and desperate and no longer willing to accept the life that you're living, then that might be your only hope. Your desperation is a gift, so act now because the future belongs to those who do.